Alright, everybody, today I'm going to show you how to do post-production editing your video footage when you're shooting an F-log, particularly F-log, but any log will work, C-log, S-log, whatever, but particularly this is for Fuji. So if you're going to record some video footage using F-log, I'm going to show you the easiest way to do the post-production and the best way to get things done. Very simple. Now I always stress too, if you don't have to shoot in log, don't do it. It can cause you to produce some noise in your image when you're applying LUTs and doing corrections and stuff like that. So you're better off to always shoot at the base ISO, because with Fuji, when you shoot in log, your minimum ISO is 640. That means that's the lowest ISO you can go to. So if you're ready, we'll get started, and we're going to take some basic clips. So now we're ready to go. Alright, now we're going to apply color correction, and the first thing that we do is we go down to color. The rest of them I'm going to put a 50% on each clip, like I always do, and on this one as well. So we're at our first image. We got a pretty clean image, as you can see. The benefits of shooting at F-log. And so first thing I do is I go into here and I go into browse, and I go into here and I go to my Fuji LUTs, the XT3, because it was shot on there, and I just applied the LUT. Now that was applied on this one. Now we're going to do the same thing for here. That's the standard LUT. By the way, I'm going to delete this because I didn't mean to do it on that one. I meant to do it on this one. Okay, so this is without the effect, and this is with the effect. Very little difference, as you can see, but it gets it started. And so the first thing that you're going to need, is contrast. Lots of contrast. When you're shooting in log, it takes away all that contrast, saturation, all that stuff. So you need to apply a lot of contrast, and I'm going to show you here how that works. So we're going to increase the contrast, and see, we're going to do it greatly, like there. So that's probably just about right over there. And do we need any extra exposure? We probably don't. We can move the slider and see if we do, but we probably don't. I'm gonna leave it at 0. Highlights is anything too bright, anything too prominent. As far as hot spots, not really. I could take away a little bit. And as far as the white balance is concerned, that looks pretty good, right about there. And then we're going to add our saturation to saturate our colors. And see, we don't want to go too far. We don't want to get it to be too yellow. As you can see, it's getting too yellow. So we're going to bring this probably about 112. Right there is good. And as you can see, as you scrub through, you can see that now here's without the effect, and then here's with the effect. Now that we have our color correction and our exposure and all that stuff all done in one shot, that looks pretty good. I can even go in 100%, and the video looks good. Go into 150%. And we're good there. We don't really see any noise, so we're good. So what I do is I go onto Lumetri Color, that's what applies there, and I click copy, and I go to the next one and I click paste, because it's usually about the same exposure and everything that I'm shooting at, because I keep everything the same, except for over here there's a little bit too much blue, as you can see. So I'll bring this up a little bit. Right about there, as you can see the blue go away, and so that's perfect right there. And then I'll copy from here and then go to this next one, and paste it, and there we go. And then I'm going to go to our last one, and I'm going to paste that, and I would just work from there. I would, since I got most of the stuff done, if I need to make any changes, I would do it. And that is a color correction change. Everything is good. The colors are really nice. They're popping. You can see on the ink on this model, and you can see that, you know, everything, you know, looks fine. And the exposure is done properly, and that's what I try to do to begin with. But right there is how you get your color correction done. So as you can see, it's very easy to edit your log footage, applying a lot. I was able to do it in seconds. I always stress, when you shoot your footage, make sure you do it right the first time with the right white balance and correct exposure, and it'll save you a lot of time in post. As you saw, it was fairly easy to do. Just a couple of adjustments and you're on your way. As you can see, the image was clean and really nice. And yes, shooting in log can be really nice, and it can help you with your you know, dynamic range and you know, pulling down highlights and shadows and stuff like that. I had a nice, really clean image, as you saw, and you're going to see the video of what we did at the end of this little tutorial. And like I said, if you don't have to shoot an F-log or any log whatsoever, don't do it. Shoot at the base ISO, the lowest ISO possible, and you'll have really clean image. Lighting is the key to everything. If you have proper lighting and plenty of lights, then you should have no problem. Anyway, hope this tutorial was helpful to you, and if you like this, please click like, and you can also subscribe. And thank you for watching.